Where'd you get this idea from?
What idea?
This
For the
idea.
podcast?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought I'm bored and I'd like to make my millions working from home. So I feel
Oh,
like
that's smart.
us creating a podcast is the best way for us to get rich and famous.
All right. That's a good strategy. Well, hello. This is our attempt at making a podcast. This was James's idea, my brother.
Two brothers argue over everything.
Argue over everything. So I think for a long time, we've always had arguments about stuff we like. My most favorite example is you were arguing about Big Hero 6, and I thought Big Hero 6 was okay. And then you were like, everything I love, he hates.
It's pretty accurate. I've developed this theory, and I think it's true that once I develop my opinion on something, you look at it and then you say, okay, I'll take the opposite opinion.
Yeah. It's
So,
like, oh, you seem to like this. I no longer like this. Just so you know.
Yep. That's pretty much how it would work.
So to prepare for this, we both gave each other a TV show episode to watch. You gave me Jersey Shore.
A very particular episode of Jersey Shore to really maximize the drama and confusion. I hope it worked out. And you gave me this anime that's wow, Kill La Kill. So we can get it right into it.
You want to start with my batshit thing I sent you?
Yeah, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage because most people have heard of Jersey Shore. They heard Snooki. They know how ridiculous it is. But nobody's heard of Kill La Kill.
No.
So they don't know that it's like this superly over-sexualized TV show with a bunch of shit that is just like, let me tell you about the story. Like every anime.
Yeah, the loudest titles you've ever seen in your life, like gigantic red blocks of text every time a character appears.
There's like 40,000 characters and you're supposed to remember who they are. Like they're the head of this part. And of course it's set in a school because every anime is set in a school. And oh my God.
It has fight scenes.
That shirt, the shirt. So I watched the first episode, I guess.
Yeah. Please give me your summary of the first episode of Kill La Kill.
Okay. I kind of wrote down notes as I was watching it. So.
Okay.
Another anime set in a school, of course, because what anime isn't set in a school? The ridiculous explanation of their powers through combat. They're fighting. It's like, I don't understand. Why don't my punches do as well as this other guy's punches? You don't understand. I have the special Goku.
Yeah, the Goku suit, right? He has a 3-star Goku suit, which is more powerful than the 1-star Goku suit.
And so what I thought there was I remember all those great conversations I had during fights. That seems like their favorite time to talk is during a fight, and I'm having trouble remembering all those great conversations had during boxing matches.
Yeah, you don't remember talking about what outfits you're wearing while you're fighting?
No, I don't. No. You have no match for my red trunks. They give me extra boost. So, and then who the hell eats lemons? At some random point.
That's true.
The chick eats a lemon, who's like, she's the most basic ass, like black sheep. Oh, I don't fit in with everyone else kind of character. The spazzy girl that is like her friend.
Oh my God.
Got old fast.
She's in it for like a minute total, but you were sick of it.
The voice makes it feel like an hour.
Did you watch it in Japanese or in English?
I watched it in English.
Oh my God, you did?
Yeah, that's what you said. You said Netflix. But okay. I didn't know.
That's fine.
I understand that in the anime community, you don't want to be able to understand what they're saying for some reason.
No, you want you want to always read. I haven't. I didn't watch it in English. I watched it in Japanese, and it's more batshit because they're all screaming Japanese at each other, and you're trying to read the text while also understand the batshit animation.
Watching the crazy fucking battles happening. I saw something funny. It was like the TV show and then the credits. It's like a woman with a lot of cleavage, not the credits, the subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah.
TV show, the subtitles.
It's hard to
So
watch.
yeah,
Mhm.
so I watched it in English, so maybe that affected how but why are they stealing Goku from Dragon Ball for one thing? They steal Goku from Dragon Ball Z, and that's like their only power is Goku power.
Mhm.
Um, that shirt was oddly rapey.
Yeah. It's a weirdly
then-
rapey show. I don't like it.
And then all of a sudden, there were teachers and a principal, and I'm like, why is there a principal at this school where they allow the children to do these horrible, horrible things to each other?
Yeah.
So
They're like literally
that was-
murdering each other in the yard, and the principal is also
the principal's like, I can't do anything about this. You got to let them do what they got to do. Something crazy.
Yeah, we don't meet him till 18 minutes into the episode. Like
Yeah.
right before.
And so
Yeah.
once the rapey shirt comes in, kind of going backwards a step,
Mhm.
everything gets insanely sexualized about the show, and everything turns into like lines like this covering nipples and shots, crotch shots, mad crotch shots, and boob shots, and under boob. There we go, under boob, and they just try and show as much like teenaged like anime nudity, and it was very gross.
Mhm.
I thought the punching of the ring girl was a funny bit in when the guy was coming in to like start the fight. Every time he would smack the shit out of the ring girl.
I didn't even notice that little detail. It was going so
Yeah.
fast. I rewatched it for this, and I didn't even notice that. That's
Yeah, she had like in the second round she had like a tooth knocked out. But the outfit, oh my god, like
Yeah.
the outfit is ridiculous that they make the main character wear, where it's like they make her seem like, oh, I'm a black sheep individual, smart, cool girl, and then they're like, no, you're just a super sexualized object. Yeah,
you don't seem sexualized enough. We need to give you this ridiculous suit.
we need to.
That
Do
talks.
you remember the swimsuit from Borat? I know that's basically what she has going here.
That's a perfect description of it. Yeah.
And I'm very curious. Did you watch this with Miriam or just by yourself?
Oh, hell no.
Because this seems
Hell
like
no.
a by yourself kind of show, not a with your
Mhm.
significant other.
Mhm. Yeah, this is a show that you watch in shame alone, or
Yeah.
with your iPhone with headphones. That's my
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, a shame kind of show. And so because of that, I'd say it was like a 2.5 out of 10 watch again.
2.5 out of 10. So I guess let me counter argument. So I learned about this show from Sam,
Our
who's
cousin, who's
our cousin, who's
very into
who's
anime.
yeah, he's really into animation and art style and stuff like that. So what I like about the show is how batshit it is, and I love the animation is so striking, right? So you'll have like the way they
You like
introduce the studio.
how the women are animated, you're saying? They're
I
very
don't-
striking?
I don't like that part. I'm not a fan of that part. Why? But everything else, like the way the disciplinarian is introduced, he like breaks down the door and then it explodes, and like he comes in and he's like 30 feet tall, and then a row of people just like shoot out, and it's like all very intentionally over the top. It's all very intentionally really stylish, kind of really cool animation. The way they introduce characters, it's always kind of like, way out there. And it's kind of really cool to just watch the drawing and like the artistry at work. I wish it wasn't as sexual as it was, which is why I sent it to you, because you hate that kind of thing. It's more distracting for you, I think.
Yeah. I think I just noticed it,
It's hard not to notice it, honestly.
Yeah,
Pretty.
that was very much in your face.
For this, I just tried to find something that I'm like, James might like some other things. I know he's not going to like this, so I'm going to send him this. There's no way.
Yeah, Dana was not a fan either, my girlfriend.
I can't believe you watched this with Dana.
Yeah,
Did she leave?
we watched both. We watched the Jersey Shore episode too.
Nice.
So,
You want to
yeah,
talk?
what do you think of Jersey Shore?
All right, so Jersey Shore. I've seen Jersey Shore before because you watched a shitload of it when we were kids. when it was still on. You
Always a
really
fan.
liked it. You really liked it. It was like for a show where, for an episode where a man literally headbutts a wall for no reason and gives himself a neck sprain, the concussion. It was pretty boring.
You thought so?
Yeah, I mean, that episode was like kind of, I mean, a lot of things happen, right? Like Snooki has this ridiculous subplot with her boyfriend where she wants to like talk sexy over the phone, and the boyfriend's like, "Stop, God, you're being so weird." There's all that stuff, but like half of this episode is just Ronnie shirtless being sad. You know what I mean?
Ronnie, sure. I feel like half of this episode is Mike being a little bitch and like, nobody cares about me. I hurt myself and nobody cares. Like,
Really?
and so that's why I loved this episode so much, because Mike just gets his comeuppance for how much of a piece of shit he has been. So
Right.
the episode I told Michael to watch was season 4, episode 5. So, deep into the plot of this group.
Yeah.
And Mike, it's the episode where they're in Italy, and the situation, Mike smashes his head into a concrete wall to, in his words, avoid fighting with Ronnie. Did you think that was real or just like horseshitting at the end?
I think Mike is obviously a liar about some things. He's like, Ronnie can't throw a punch, and I wanted to I think Mike just went crazy and headbutted a wall. I know guys like that. Some people are like that, where they just rage out and then they hurt themselves as a way of like intimidating people, and I just
He made a claim more recently that he did it because of his pill addiction and he wanted to get more drugs. So
that's what he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
But who knows? He's such a fucking liar. That
so much of this show. It's so funny to me because like Ronnie is like the most ridiculous character in my opinion on that show, because
feel like he's the most empty.
Yeah, because he just seems stupid. Like
he's just kind of a dumb gorilla.
Yeah, like I'm not saying he's like a bad person, but he doesn't seem like very smart. So I felt like every time he had to think really hard, he took his shirt off to like leave himself room to think more.
He had to cool off a little bit.
He's like, I need to really. I just thinking like that's when he did his math homework. He took his shirt off. He's like, okay, I need to really focus here.
Oh God,
this shirt is distracting. I gotta really think about this.
That's so true. Dana made a comment that Ronnie and Mike just hate each other because they're competing to be friends with Paulie and Vinny, and it's pretty true. Like,
I guess so.
Both of them think of themselves so highly, but everyone else doesn't give a shit about them.
Paulie and Vinny are like clearly so tight. Those two are like the funniest ones. Those two are the chill ones, at least for this episode. And from what I remember definitely. The show, they were your favorite characters, I think.
Yeah. I think now that I've rewatched it, I'd say like Paulie and like Dina.
Mm-hmm. Can we also talk about the ridiculous filter that was on all of the shots? Since I'm I just look at how they shot things, and it's like they put this crazy like film grain filter on it, where it's like
they do that like before the commercials or like right after the commercials.
Oh yeah, is that what
right? I'm pretty sure it's not all the time. I don't think.
Then there was another time where they went like Ronnie is like, I just need time for myself. All right, I got to get out of this house.
Off, of course,
took his shirt off. Well, no, he had to go outside, so he had his shirt on. And he went to a gym, and it looked like he was so uncomfortable at the gym. Like it was a weird.
Well, yeah, he was like wearing like khaki shorts at the gym.
And then he's just like at a restaurant, and then all the other guys decide to also go to a restaurant. And wouldn't you know it, it's the same restaurant that Ronnie is at.
So crazy.
Guess that. Oh my God. Whoa.
Yeah. So it's funny like seeing like behind the curtains of the show, because I don't know if they talked about it at all in this episode of like whenever they try and be like, I want to go home, like stuff like that. Everyone is always like, no, don't do that. And the reason is because every episode is like $100,000. So really? If you leave, that's like so much money out of your pocket.
Yeah, Ronnie packed his suitcase like 4 times in this episode.
And Vinny was like the spiritual guider of like just chill out, bro. Like,
I'll be fine. Don't worry.
yeah,
And then like Sammy is like the sweetheart, but she's always in arguments with.
she's a psycho.
Yeah. Snooki
Absolute
is.
psycho.
I watched this. So I watched this with Miriam. I watched the Jersey Shore episode with Miriam.
Hmm.
Because even though it's obviously, and she Snooki is awesome. She's really charismatic. At least in this episode, it sounds
Yeah.
like she's crazy. You're nodding your head. What do you mean by this?
Like, I mean, Snooki is a very nice person, but she's a baby. Like I feel like she's an only child.
Okay.
She is very much, everything is about me and my problems, and everyone needs to be helping me. And
Mhm.
I hate, even if someone's trying to do something that's for the best of me, if it's not
Yeah.
something I want, I hate them and they suck, and I'm gonna cry about it. And
Got it. So very
Jen-
shallow.
very shallow, and she'll flip out. They'll all flip out like that.
Yeah.
But funny enough, Snooki is the reason why, like, the show is the reason the way it is. Her audition, when she went into her audition,
Mhm.
she had like so much bronzer on that it was on her application. Like, she handed in the application and it had bronzer on
Oh
it.
my
And
God.
they're like, okay, we have to get this chick on the show.
It's easy. Ronnie walked in shirtless. They're like, that's also our guy.
That's also. It was going to be like a Guido competition show. Where
Oh,
it's
okay.
all about fist pumping, and I don't know.
It kind of was a little bit. It's pretty funny. I mean, I love the part of the episode is they go to a bar. They always have to go to a bar once an episode, right?
Mhm.
And then they always have to talk about they're gonna bring somebody home, and they always just like badmouth the girl. They're like, "Oh, we're bringing home this like grenade or whatever." It's like
Yeah.
it's like the show I recommended is ridiculous and over the top, but like that's a very real horrible sexist thing that they're constantly doing, right? They're constantly like, if this person is like is not like 140 pounds, she's like fat and like the grenade, and we gotta like let her,
Yeah.
it's like
And I
it's
think
pretty terrible.
it is pretty
And I
terrible.
know a lot of guys in college that talk like that too, and they probably
Yeah.
watched Jersey Shore.
Lots of frat boys talk like that. And but what's nice about watching it is that you can see how terrible these people are, and then put together their actions and be like, oh, they're just terrible people. And so those are terrible actions. Like, you can't think that acting like those people is a good thing. Like, if you think that acting like Mike, you're gonna, I don't know, be a good person, you are widely mistaken.
Well, I mean, they're the main people in a show, though. So isn't making a show about them inherently saying that these are people worth paying attention to?
I think they're people worth watching, but not worth emulating. There's a difference, but
Mhm.
between we watch things to know to not do them, right? That's why we learn history.
But at no point in the show are they like, oh, here's the ramifications of this person being, besides Mike.
But besides
headbutting.
them going to jail, and like,
Did they go to jail?
Dina and Snooki both go to jail for being drunk and disorderly.
Oh,
Not
really?
in this season, but like,
Okay. I don't know anything about the show.
Like watching the show, you just see how they create their own problems, and you're like, fuck this,
Yeah.
Their communication is so fucked up that
Mhm.
any little thing is like the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Like, did you just fucking talk about my family?
Yeah. So that's why I didn't like this episode that much, particularly because honestly, not a lot happens besides Mike headbutting. Mike headbutts a wall. He gives himself a concussion and sprains his neck. And they give him like this plate of Italian sandwiches or whatever next to it, like on the bed, like he's asleep and they're on the bed. There's like all these Italian sandwiches and stuff. It's like hilarious to me. It's like, hey, here's your medicine.
That's all you need.
That's all you
It's
need.
a little bit of food.
Mm-hmm.
But did you like at the end with like Ron bringing Sam flowers, and then Sam's just an asshole,
and then he threw him out?
Well, because he threw him out because Sam was like, "Were these for someone else?"
Those two make no sense at all. I'm sorry.
But they're completely codependent.
Yeah, they're like fight all the time, and then they also like, but it's
They're pretty.
weird.
I don't know. Maybe once an episode, say like Sam and Ronnie are done. You know?
Yeah. So that's why I was like, oh my god, this is so stupid. This is
Yeah, Ron is probably. He's just so dumb.
yeah.
He needs Sam there to be his brain.
And like
And
Paulie
then,
D almost gets in a fight in the bar that they hype up over like 3 commercial breaks, and then
oh
it's
yeah,
just, it's
and then
over
it's nothing.
instantly. It's just
Don't
like,
you love that about Jersey Shore? They're like, look out, this crazy shit's gonna happen. This crazy shit, and it's like, oh yeah, that was nothing.
just some drunken asshole, just like, hey, you're not from Florence. You're not from Florence. Paulie D's like, what? You want to go? You want to go? And then that's it. Then it ends.
That was it.
That was it. They just
I
go
love
on
how
this-
they do the puff chest.
Yeah, that's why Ronnie is there, because he's just like
The puff his chest.
puff. He's an ultimate chest puffer. So I don't know. Have we argued enough? Do we need to argue more?
I think that's good. What do you think for? Would you watch it again?
I probably wouldn't. I'm gonna give it.
What's a rating?
3.
You know,
I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Probably won't watch. I'm gonna go slightly above your show, the Kill a Kill, because I know there's no way in hell you're gonna ever look at that thing again. You're gonna see it. It's gonna show up in your Netflix. Just watch. You want to continue watching, and you're just gonna be like, "Fuck no, there's no way."
Can I delete this from the continue watching somehow?
Yeah, yeah. I still stand that it's good. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's over the top on purpose. It's very
I
tongue.
stand. You know, I still say this Jersey Shore is a good way to learn about life and communication and good relationships.
Where? Where are the good relationships? Is it just Vinny and Paulie? Is that the
you
only
don't do
relationship?
any of the things. You don't do any of the things that they do on the TV show,
Oh my
and then that's how you live a good life.
Perfect. That's how you do it. Yeah, how you live a good life. You don't watch Jersey Shore. That's how you live.
You watch it, and then you take all of their lessons, Michael.
All right.
There are wins and lessons in life.
All right. Cool. Sure. 4.
Right.
You give it. I'll give it a 4. How about that? A 4 out of 10.
4. Yeah, there we go. I did it.
Hey.
I should be a lawyer. All right.
You should be a lawyer. Yeah. Perfect. It's like, have you seen Jersey Shore? Members of the jury. Don't be like that.
Make sure you watch Family Vacation as well.
All right. Cool.
All right.
I think that's it. So
Yeah.
unless you wanted to add anything.
No. A solid first episode.
Solid first episode.
Thanks for listening if you made it this far. I don't know
Yeah.
who would.
I don't know who would. I don't know who'd click it. I don't know how we're going to even put this on the online. We're going to find something, but
We'll figure it out.
we'll figure
It's
it
your
out.
job, not mine, right?
All right. So, why is it my job? This was your idea.
Because you have a film degree.
I have a film degree. I don't have a podcasting degree. I don't have
You have a film degree. This is
is not a
media
film.
production.
This
This
not
is
a
media
film.
production. Is this not media production?
Whatever.
No.
Whatever, man. Whatever.
Two brothers argue over everything.
Woo!